Not everyone wants a great life. That is the realization that I had to come to. And the reason we don't have and everybody doesn't want it is because they don't want to become themselves. And I can say that because that was me. And we don't always know who we're going to become. I did not know that my life was going to lead me to develop a groundbreaking, transformational, personal development program system that could cause people to become happy and successful and move through all their generational trauma and live the life they're supposed to have and have great relationships and become abundant, because it's all energy. I didn't know I was going to sit down and spend 37 years downloading the order of the universe, where I knew what was happening and knew what each person was meant to do and where they would be off because it would just be some sort of misalignment. I couldn't have known that, but that's what happened. Someone just analyzed the work that I was receiving through Wilhelm and saying, and explained how this was just so structured and so organized. I started this in 1989. Now, when I was born, I had all kinds of stuff wrong with me. Physically, just all sorts of things. And I went through all of that throughout my entire life. And then I started understanding the connection of the universe and energies, and I performed mind-body connection and all of that. I went through my anger. I went through my depression. I went through my fear. I wrote about it. I did all of those things. And then I tell people that I have this, and they say, no, I don't want to do it. And I knew that this was going to come up because we were going to be moving through this huge generational change, so it would be really challenging for so many of us. And I thought that I would put together a group and have people do this, and it would be so wonderful. And it started out that way, but then we get afraid of ourselves. That's the only thing that happens, and I do know it. At 75, I do know it. Because, see, I've already proven what this is. I've already proven what it could do for someone. I just can't change minds. That's the challenging part, and including mine, because it was mind-boggling that I had done this, but I did. And so I'm going to write some papers about it. I'm going to shift, and then I'm going to take private clients, and it's going to be much more money because I can't survive doing it this way. But I just wanted you to know this is why I have to change. I posted something today because I wrote it last year. I said the curse of being me. And that curse was I could see any difficulty that someone was having. I could see any problem that they were moving through that I knew what the solution was. I just can't make them have it. And I understood the mechanics of the brain and how you change and your emotions and all of those things. And I had to live it. All of it. So just realize that when you're not doing when you're not living the life that you want, it's because you don't want to. It's because you're afraid of yourself and you don't want to take that next step and go to where you're supposed to go, wherever that is. I was the same way, which is why I have to change today. I put that out earlier, but I know that people could not understand this because I said this morning, I'm a freak of nature. No one in history has ever done this. So this is why, and people told me years ago I should have been charging thousands of dollars. And so that's what I'm going to do, because I have to do that to take care of myself, which is what you should do as well, is to take care of you, especially during this transition. But I just needed you to know that and why I'm changing and why my rates are going to be far different than what they ever were after today. Today is the 20th, because I have to make a shift, as we all do, otherwise we don't evolve. So just recognize not everyone wants to have a great life, because we get programmed into misery and pain and suffering and anger and judgment and all of that. That's what happens. We just get programmed, and then it's hard to get out of it. But I've gotten out of it because I know how to do it, and that's what I spent all this time receiving, writing, and putting it together. But now you understand. All right, I'll see you guys soon.